Well, right now it's cold out, maybe so cold that you've had some pipe problems. Maybe the sprinkler system has burst. It's happened to me 1, 2, 3, 4 times. That's okay, I learned my lesson. I now know how to turn it off. But we've been joined once again with Kurt Franke for the legal side of real estate. And you've brought an interesting topic to us about water doing damage to maybe your neighbor's home. And this spring, when we have runoff, we're going to have some runoff. What happens when maybe I do some landscaping this spring and it brings water to a different direction?
Yeah.
What's the legalities there?
Well, that's something we're probably going to be looking at this spring, and we do often in this area. And there's a couple. I think a good rule of thumb is if the water started from your property, you're going to end up liable on that
Sure.
one. But if the water actually came from across your property, then the question is, what are my obligations to my neighbor? And a lot of people will do landscaping and change the course of the water and perhaps affect their neighbor's property. And it used to be, believe it or not, be called the common enemy theory, that water was a common enemy. And we all face it, and that you bore no liability.
Oh,
but
really?
the more reasonable approach over the years has been that if you change a course, you have to at least take some precautions for your neighbor. You can't change it right directly into where it will affect their building or something like that. And pretty much, I think most jurisdictions now believe that you can't cut a ditch to go to your neighbors.
Sure, that makes sense. Is there a timeline to this? I'm thinking somebody does some work in the spring and they turn on their sprinklers maybe in the summer, and you don't go back under your house until you get your Christmas stuff out that's normally been dry that following winter. Is there a timeline that has to be followed with this, or can you put those pieces together?
No, great question. Again, I think it would naturally be a negligence cause of action. So somebody says you acted below the standard of care, and if they say that, then that's governed by a 2-year statute of limitations in both Nevada and California.
All right, you got the word right here from Kurt Franke. If you want to get a hold of Kurt, set up an appointment, maybe if it has to do with this or any number of other real estate needs, how do they get a hold of you, Kurt?
You can call me at 827-6100 and speak with Linda. She'd be happy to set up an appointment. Or visit my website, LOCAF, that's LOKAF.com, and that stands for Law Offices Kurt A. Franke.
And the Law Offices of Kurt A. Franke will have a new and improved website here right around the corner.
Yeah, well, top-notch people coming to do it.
We're going to work with Kurt to actually make a big deal about you can submit questions for you. Is really a big part of that site, right?
Definitely.
Very
Definitely,
good.
and please do.
All right. Thanks, Kurt. Appreciate it, as always.